The British Empire was a dominant superpower in world's history. Its growth and expansion were fueled by the Industrial Revolution and colonization of American, African, and Asian countries. In this video, we will explore the rise of the British Empire. During the Tudor era, England sought to bypass the occupied routes of Venice and the Ottoman Empire in order to gain access to the lucrative market of Asia. Other European countries had already made advancements in exploration and overseas expansion. Under the rule of Queen Elizabeth I, England established itself as a dominant maritime nation. It accomplished this by defeating the Spanish Armada of King Philip II in 1588. This victory laid the foundation for the future growth of the British Empire. During this time, great explorers like Francis Drake and Sir Walter Raleigh embarked on voyages to the Americas and other parts of the world. England also improved its naval capabilities by constructing faster and more maneuverable ships, such as the galleon. During the colonization of North America, the British established their first colony, Roanoke, in present-day North Carolina, in 1585. Unfortunately, it failed and became known as the Lost Colony. However, the successful colonization of Jamestown, Virginia, in 1607 marked the beginning of sustained British settlement in North America. The British had several motivations for colonizing North America. They were primarily seeking new sources of wealth, including valuable resources like gold, silver, timber, and furs. Additionally, the cultivation of cash crops like tobacco, rice, and indigo became crucial to the economic success of the colonies, creating a lucrative trade relationship with England. To maximize their economic benefits, England implemented mercantilism policies and the Navigation Acts. These acts restricted colonial trade to English ships and ensured that most colonial goods were exported only to England. This allowed England to control and profit from the trade relationship with their colonies. Overall, British colonization in North America had a significant impact on the economy and trade between the colonies and England. The Caribbean played a crucial role in the rise of the British Empire, primarily due to its involvement in the production of sugar. During the 17th century, the British established their presence in the Caribbean by seizing islands from other European powers. The production of sugar in the Caribbean was closely linked to the transatlantic slave trade. Enslaved Africans were forcibly brought to the Caribbean to provide the labor required for cultivating and harvesting sugarcane. This practice was highly exploitative and resulted in the suffering of countless individuals. The Caribbean was an essential component of the triangular trade. This trade route involved the exchange of goods between Europe, Africa, and the Americas. Enslaved Africans were traded for European manufactured products and provisions, forming a complex network of trade across the Atlantic. The production of sugar on large plantations using slave labor proved to be immensely profitable. Sugar was in high demand in Europe and garnered the nickname white gold. This economic success in the Caribbean contributed to the immense wealth and revenue obtained by the British Empire. Overall, the Caribbean's role in the production of sugar and its connections to the transatlantic slave trade made it a significant economic powerhouse within the British Empire, generating considerable wealth for the British Crown. Imperialism in Africa was driven by a desire to gain access to valuable resources like rubber, timber, minerals, and agricultural products, which were in high demand in Europe. The colonies also provided markets for British manufactured goods, which contributed to the economic prosperity of the home country. However, the British pursuit of imperialism also resulted in the exploitation and oppression of African peoples. British forces captured individuals, mostly from West Africa, through raids, wars, and trade with African rulers. These individuals were then forcibly transported to the American and Caribbean colonies for plantation and mining labor, forming part of the transatlantic slave trade. The transatlantic slave trade was a component of a broader economic system known as the triangular trade. European goods, such as textiles, weapons, and manufactured goods, were traded to African traders in exchange for enslaved Africans. The enslaved Africans were then transported to the Americas, where they were sold for raw materials like sugar, tobacco, and cotton, which were subsequently sent back to Europe to complete the trade cycle. Overall, British imperialism in Africa allowed the British Empire to access valuable resources and markets, leading to enhanced economic prosperity. The British East India Company, or East India Company, was indeed a significant trading company in history. Founded on December 31, 1600, by English merchants under a royal charter from Queen Elizabeth I, the East India Company initially focused on trading with India, particularly in spices, textiles, and other valuable goods. As time went on, the company expanded its operations beyond India to other parts of the Far East, such as Indonesia, Malaysia, and China. The East India Company's transformation from a trading company to a ruling authority in India occurred after its victory in the Battle of Plassey in 1757. During this battle, the East India Company defeated the Nawab of Bengal, marking the beginning of the period known as company rule. As a result, the company collected taxes, minted its currency, maintained its own army, and effectively controlled large parts of India. The rule was established through the governance of governor-generals and officials appointed by the East India Company. India was considered the jewel in the crown of the British Empire. Its vast resources, wealth, and population were essential in sustaining the British Empire's global influence. The East India Company played a crucial role in India's integration into the British Empire and the subsequent exploitation of its resources to benefit the empire. The Opium Wars were indeed a series of conflicts that took place between China and Britain in the mid-19th century. The conflicts revolved around Britain's efforts to expand its opium trade with China. At the time, Britain was grappling with a trade imbalance with China and sought a commodity that would be in high demand among the Chinese people. They turned to opium as a solution. The opium trade saw significant growth during this period, resulting in widespread addiction and social problems in China. The British were able to take advantage of this situation, as the Opium Wars provided them with various benefits. First, it expanded Britain's commercial opportunities in China, particularly in the lucrative opium trade. Second, it helped solidify Britain's dominance as a major player in the region. Overall, the Opium Wars had significant implications for both China and Britain. China experienced the negative consequences of widespread addiction and social upheaval, while Britain capitalized on its expansion of trade and influence in the region. The Industrial Revolution played a crucial role in the rise of the British Empire, transforming Britain from an agrarian economy into an industrial powerhouse. The development of steam engines, powered by coal, provided an abundant and reliable source of energy for factories, mines, and transportation. Innovations in textiles, iron and steel production, and machinery, such as the spinning jenny, power loom, and steam-powered cotton mills, led to increased productivity of manufacturing processes. These products were not only consumed domestically, but were also exported to markets around the world. The profits generated from industrialization financed military expeditions and colonization efforts, allowing Britain to seize control of territories in Africa, Asia, the Americas, and the Pacific. In summary, the rise of British Empire was fueled by aggressive expansion of British colonies, international trade, and industrial revolution. Let us know what you think of this video and leave your feedback in the comments, and always thanks for watching.